All right, what is going on, my Patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, Joel Davis Media Network. Sorry for the long delay. I will definitely get that edited out. First and foremost, I want to say thanks for everybody coming by. Give me 1 second here. Let me go to my links here. Make sure people know that I am streaming. I'm only streaming on one platform tonight. Currently, right now, I got to do some catch up on my bills on my other one. It happens, but don't you worry. I will be making more content this time around. I'm gonna be a little bit more dedicated, be a little bit more disciplined. That is going to be the goal. That is definitely going to be the goal. Give me 1 second here. Gotta get my stream shared here so people know I'm in the building. 1 second. Sometimes you gotta do that. All right. Yeah, Eric, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let me get everything shared here, guys. Hold on. Because I gotta share with the community. So I couldn't post on Rumble, and that sucks, man. I couldn't post on Rumble because due to the fact, like I said, I gotta pay this bill for my stuff. It happens, man. I mean, I'm not. Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm not tripping. You know what I mean? Hold on, y'all. Let me get my resolution out. I don't know what that was about. Okay, now resolution clear. Yeah, we got to get that. That wasn't it. That wasn't the move. All right, so then what we talking about tonight, man? We're gonna talk about some of the preview stuff that I've been talking about all day. Nikki Haley saying that she is making it rain. I want y'all to hear what the hell I'm saying. She says she is making it rain on the GOP as the favorite. That's a bunch of bullshit. We also gonna talk about what's going on with Fani Willis and her personal boy toy attorney, Nathan Wade. Nathan Wade has been allegedly chasing the Fani, to the point that people are whispering at the water cooler that they more than just colleagues, baby. When you start taking alleged trips to Naples and all this bullshit, drinking nice wine and smiling and winking at each other, y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what the hell it is. It ain't a good feeling. It ain't good. I tell you that. It ain't good. It ain't good at all. So we got all of that to talk about tonight before I go on my gaming expedition. I try to get here on time, guys, but I'm on black folks time today. I don't give a shit. Okay, tonight I had a lot going on. Wife is sick. I have attention deficit dog. I have an attention deficit cat. You know what I'm saying? I had to eat, man. Then I had to set this shit up. Then I found out my subscription gone. Like, man, I had a lot going on tonight. I started to say I'm not doing it, but you know what? I said the devil is a lie. I'm not doing it. This is 2024. No time for excuses. It's time to keep it moving. And we also going to talk about on some stuff that isn't being related to politics before we get into the crime sector, a little bit on the entertainment side about the most powerful video interview of 2024 so far right now. Cat Williams setting it straight. Man, I wish Cat Williams knew me and come on my show. Please. I'll let you have it, Cat. You know, because Cat Williams is a very intelligent being, and not only is he's a very intelligent being, whether you agree with what he says or not, he has actually put a spot on Hollywood that people are not liking. You know, people listen, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. I don't know if people tell you this or not, but I'm gonna tell you like this. Put my camera more on me tonight. Okay. People do not like to be called out, especially in entertainment industry, because that is like a forbidden thing to do, because they like to keep everything in house. They want you to think that everything is peachy, that everybody gets along, everybody loves each other. Give me a second here. Wet my whiskers. You know, if Cat Williams see these guys, they're gonna say kumbaya, you know, give a big hug, and everything is gonna be jolly. They don't want you to know the dirt. They don't want you to know that they absolutely don't trust each other. They cutthroat and they full of shit. They don't want you to know that. It's just like Disney, right? Disney wants you to think that the kids that's part of the Disney Club back in the day when we were young never mess with any kind of illegal substances and would grow up to be very productive citizens. We all know that shit ain't true, because we know that in real life, when you give a young person a lot of money and exposure that they're not prepared for, they're going to test the waters, because that's human nature with anyone. It's just like, per se, I get a lot of money. I wake up one morning and I'm worth $250 million. For the first 30 days, I'm going to buy shit that I can't explain. I'm going to buy a 7 Series BMW. I'm going to buy a damn $10 million mansion, $5 million mansion, $700,000 house. You know, I'm going to go take a vacation and shit with my wife for damn near 30 days. You know, I'm going to go up here and try to start a company and shit, and be a little lackadaisical starting it up at first, because my whole goal is to enjoy this money right now. And then reality sets in after them first 30 days. You're going to be like, well, wait a minute now. I got all this money now, and I'm spending it like I'm fucking losing my mind. I don't want to go back in the poorhouse. I need to slow down and look at my options. But that's how it is with what's going on here with this comic shit that they don't want to talk about. Same concept. These folks are lying to us. They want to perpetrate a narrative that's not really there. So let's go enough of all that talking that good shit, and let's jump into the story at hand. First things first, we're gonna talk about Nikki Haley. So give me one moment here. Let's bring that up on the sector. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find this information. I don't know. Give me a moment. I'm trying to pull this up. All right, so let me why it's not pulling up. Let me go here. All right, so I can't find it. I'm about to research it, y'all. Give me a second. I thought I was gonna go to this website and just find it just like that. Here we go. All right, so let's talk about Iowa. Okay. Iowa right now is the mecca of the GOP. Everybody's trying to get Iowa because in their mind, if I can get Iowa, they can actually feel like they have a slight chance of getting the primary GOP. Now, again, this is January. All right. I'm not finished because we're about to break this shit down. Because I want to be very discreet about this, very matter of fact. So let me go ahead and get back on my game here and show this here. Okay. All right. So y'all know that Nikki Haley was the previous governor of South Carolina. She was the actually first female governor of South Carolina. And she sucked in South Carolina. This is my home state. And I'm going by what everybody said. She Republicans and liberals, she sucked. But see, what's unique about Nikki Haley, she was Trump's biggest cheerleader, and she looked at him as her biggest idol. Now, y'all know there's an old saying, when idols become rivals. And that is what's going on with Nikki Haley. She idolized Trump. She studied some of Trump's movement, and now she's trying to implement it a little tad bit. And because it's working on certain fronts, she feels like now she's going to take Iowa. Now, I don't see her or DeSantis taking Iowa. And I'm going to tell you why I don't see it in a minute. Now, Haley got very upset. All right. Because people been getting on that ass. Oh, hold on for 1 second. All right, I'm back. So, getting back to what I was saying. when it came to Nikki Haley, right? She was asked about why did the Civil War started, and her response was that states' rights. Now you know liberals, they love to say that the Civil War began because of just straight slavery. That's been the classic thing that's been taught in these schools for years. They wanted the Civil War was about slavery. It was never about slavery like that. In fact, slavery was just was the tip of the iceberg. Everybody got their feelings because there was new properties and new frontiers getting added, and these new properties and new frontiers getting added were not getting a chance to have states' rights. These new properties wanted that people that were in charge of, getting it added to part of the United States wanted to do their own thing. Basically, like what Puerto Rico is doing right now. Even though Puerto Rico is a territory of the U.S., it is still considered its own country. Well, that's kind of like how they want to set things up with these new frontiers and new things getting added. But the U.S. wasn't hearing that. Okay, they was like, nah, bro, you become a part of this us as this United States of America. You are going to abide by what we instruct. There's going to be voting. There's going to be executive orders, whether you like it or not. Then there was the debate about slavery. Now, a lot of these places had the choice to be slave owners or not. Most of them did. Most of them elected not to. Well, the ones that elected not to was also worried about there could be a chance that if the government stepped in, they could enforce them to carry out the everyday operations of slavery. So at the end of the day, it was nothing about really about slavery, just about state rights, being able to do what the hell you wanted to do. Okay, make the choices and not have big brother government involved. That's why we wound up like we do. Oh, Mary Johnson said, I do not trust nigga at all. Thanks for all you do and report. I love your channel. God bless you and your family. Thank you very much, Miss Mary Johnson, and God bless you too for supporting us all the and everything. We try to keep it as real as possible over here. Now, getting back to what I was saying about Nikki Haley. Now, Nikki Haley was also an ambassador for us for a while. She did okay. But she's got to understand that when she got asked that question and she just made such a fucking open-ended answer instead of giving a closed-ended answer, this is what set her up for failure. And now you got Biden trying to capitalize at the Charleston shooting. And let's talk about that right quick. I don't know why is Biden trying to campaign in South Carolina? You're trying to campaign in a place that is predominantly a red state now. It is not the state it was when you was running 4 years ago. South Carolina has become very red. Number two, why are you visiting this shooting of this church? Hold on for a second, y'all. Give me one moment. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My daughter needed me. So when daughter needs me, I gotta be there. You feel me? So anyway, getting back to Biden. 2015, you go to this church that had this horrific shooting. Okay, the oldest historical black church in South Carolina. How is that going to help you get votes? This is a state that has seen their economy fall on their face because of you. The guy that did this terrible shooting is now in jail, rotting forever in a day. In fact, I don't even know if Biden even visited this place in 2015. Let's talk about this. Let's look it up. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so you visit the church in June the 28th of 2015, and then you turn around, and now here it is, damn near 10 years later, you want to visit the church now to get votes. How disingenuous you are. How disingenuous you are. Because if you was really serious about that church that you're going to, you wouldn't have waited until it's time to get votes and come back. When all this woke shit was going on with George Floyd and shit, why didn't you go visit then, sir? It could have been your time to shine. Oh, I forgot. You was too busy trying to chase down how much Tapacoca pudding you could fucking put in your fucking face. Man, this the shit that pisses me off. This is why people cannot take liberals, especially white liberals, serious. Because this shit right here. You waited damn near 10 years to go to this church. You could have went to this church in 2020. 2019. You could have went to this church at 2021. Okay, I give you your little damn, you're going to play the pandemic role. So we'll play 2022 a little bit. It's a little rough for you in certain areas. Okay. You could have went in 2022, and you could have went in 2023. But no, you choose to go now. 10 fucking years later. You see how fucking cliche that sounds? Obama has visited that church more than your ass has. And that's supposed to be in your daddy or showing you how to get votes. Man, I tell you, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up even if you tried. Then he had a nerve to call the churches. Now, Haley said Mother Emanuel Church is a sacred place, and I agree. But she's right. I agree with her on that. For him to come there and give a political speech there when these people have had a tragedy and nobody has not highlighted or checked on them since 2015, I would be appalled myself. I would have told him, go fuck yourself. And then nobody's not forgetting, and people are starting to learn now that in the 70s, Joe Biden did not support desegregation. He wanted to be segregated. And then he was friends with a senator that used to be a part of the Ku Klux Klan. So either way it goes, it's horrible to see that. But getting back to Nikki Haley, I do not see Nikki Haley and them beating Trump in Iowa. Trump has set a president distant run that nobody can match. Okay? Trump has successfully came with a game plan that I haven't seen no candidate implement yet. I want y'all to think about what I'm saying here. He has been campaigning ever since the alleged loss, excuse me. I'm going to say it that way, the alleged loss. But that's how I feel. In 2020, he has been in everybody's face, and he has been living rent-free in these liberals' heads so bad that the choices they have made has made them look stone cold crazy. But now here is the good part. We've set up the play. It's like being successful in practice when you're going against one that's supposed to be one of the best teams in the country in whatever field you're playing, baseball, basketball, football. Now, you guys that follow me that know sports know what I'm talking about. You've rehearsed every scenario in your head. You went over the play, you have blocked, you have defense, you've done all of that. But when the game day hits, the question is, can we execute? Well, that's going to be the question on our minds on the new Republican conservative members that have came over to our side. Can they execute the official divorce of the liberal plantation? Can you go to that booth and vote conservative all across the board? Can you go on that booth and can you confidently stand with we the people? Because that's what's going to have to count. Because the new people that we are reeling in now because of Donald J. Trump, that's what they're going to have to do. You're going to have to stand, and it's going to be hard. You're going to have family members telling you you're out of your goddamn mind. You're going to have your friends that tell you you've done lost it. You're voting in the Antichrist. You're going to have all that negative shit. I'm already hearing it now. I got a couple of my family members already telling me, man, you crazy. That man, Biden ain't no better, but damn, I can't do another Trump now. What you mean you can't? We had money in our pocket. Our prices was reasonable. And what? We had a fucking 70-year-old plus old man calling and bullying people on Twitter for being fucked up. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I thought it was entertainment to me. And this racist shit, I don't know where he racist at. Hell, the man boned more black women than most presidents, more black women openly than most presidents admit that they've done. I mean, come on now. Trump don't mind telling you he grabbing by the you know what. Shout out to Trump. I'm just saying, like, what else do you want? He's like an average Joe, like everybody else, a full-blooded American, hetero male, likes women, likes talking about them with locker room talk with his boys, treat his wife good, family-oriented, loves America. I mean, why can't, where's the racism at? That's all I'm saying. I've been in this movement now, man, for about 4 years. My 4-year anniversary is this month when I've turned conservative. And I'm telling you right now, all these white folks that they told me was racist and crazy, hate you, don't like you, and all this shit have been one of my biggest supporters and been my closest friends since I've been in the conservative movement. I have a conservative friend right now that if I need help or a real jam, in fact, a couple online, we've never met each other, but we're on the same page. I can call them up right now and we're good to go. Shout out to Jericho Green. Shout out to ABL. Shout out to my boy Brandon Tatum. I mean, I'm just saying. Shout out to Atomic Tabasco. That's one of my followers. Also, shout out to my oh man, please give me a moment, guys. Bill, I know he doesn't be on here as much as he used to. That's one of my followers. Anthony, Anthony Quaid, one of my followers. I mean, guys, I'm just saying there is people out there that follow me that I can depend on at any time, and they're gonna give me Roger, especially my boy Roger. Roger don't give a shit. Roger came in my inbox on Twitter and told me, "Hey, dog, you need to do this. This is my personal opinion, and that's how it's supposed to be, because we a family, we a unit." I don't see no liberal talking like that. Most of these liberal content creators, you tell them one thing that they did wrong, they fucking ready to snap. They're upset. They're into their feelings. Now they want to count. They'll block you. Not even cancel you. They'll block you. Go on their platform and talk about you for a whole 45 minutes about something they don't know nothing about when it comes to you. They just making assumptions. Making assumptions. So we're gonna fast forward now. Y'all hit that like button, please. Let's hit them likes, man. I know it's a late night, and I'll make sure that I put enough wording on the stream to get everybody to definitely check it out. So give me one moment here. Let's move on to the next topic. We're going to talk about the Attorney General. Excuse me, not Attorney General, the Defense Secretary. That's right. So, Lloyd Austin. So now, Lloyd Austin is awoken. I just want you to know right now, Lloyd Austin is not no supreme freaking A1 person that you're going to be like, oh my God, he's just under the Biden administration. He is very woke. Now, I'm going to take a moment to show you my human side, because a lot of people think that.
Awkward question. Is there going to be anything
left over?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
My kids don't know what they want. You know who knows what she wants? Me! I want a massage and a muff.
Okay. All right, so getting back to that. Sorry about that, guys. A lot of people think that we as conservatives are straight assholes, right? That when we see something happen to a person from the radical left get some kind of major life-changing diagnosis, we're in the fucking corner saying, good for you, bitch. Fuck you. You ain't this, that. We don't do that. Actually, we have compassion, because that's something that you have to have as a requirement to be a conservative. You have to have compassion for your fellow man. Now, with that being said, not every fellow man deserves compassion. That's for you scumbags out here that do some super fucked up stuff. But that's neither here or there in this situation. Now, again, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin played a disappearing act starting December the 22nd, 2023. Nobody knew what was going on with him. You know, people like, yo, where Austin at, man? I ain't seen him. What's happening? You know, oh, well, I got a procedure going on. Well, here's my thing, is that if you know you are a major entity in the armed forces of the United States of America, you should be able to coordinate with your people that you are going through a medical condition, you need prayer, and you need time to step away and handle it. And I think that's why everybody got pissed off about the situation. It wasn't because he was some, liberal out here being screwed up, just because. they were like, you're sick. You should have made arrangements for somebody to take your position until you recover enough to let the world know what's really going on. Now, they said he's been diagnosed with prostate cancer again. I know we might not agree with the man, but let's say a prayer for that man's family, okay? Because I don't want to wish that on nobody. Nobody needs to have cancer. All right? Now, they did say they caught it early, so he's going to live. So, again, people got mad about what he did, but hey, I'm just glad the brother's okay. All right? No matter how me and him feel about politics, at the end of the day, I am a human. And that's what it's supposed to be about. Now, let's move right along to the juicy. Ooh, shit. Fani. God darn Fani, baby. Listen, y'all. Fani. Fani Willis. Fani Willis, now I'm not going to lie to you guys now. Fani Willis is a very attractive woman for her age. Okay, Fani Willis is in her early 50s. She's been divorced since 2005. She is a very powerful woman in the courts and laws gesture. And I'm quite sure that she knows that she can use her feminine whims or wiles to get that certain guy. Y'all got to remember something. You want to see a real aggressive animal in the jungle of today's world? Get a woman that knows she is gorgeous, or even she ain't got to be all the way a 10. She can be a fucking 8. That's all it takes. If she's an 8 in her mind, and people have told her over again, baby, you're an 8. Guess what's gonna happen? She's gonna use all of her wills of sexual anonymity to get what she wants behind closed doors. That's why a lot of these women, career women like this, wind up having PTSD and getting caught up and getting in dangerous situations because emotions are running high. You're messing with real men, okay? Real grown-ups. So it's a little different. Now, this is how they found out about this relationship. Now, this relationship was brought to the attention because allegedly, when Willis hired this special prosecutor, Nathan Wade, as her alleged partner to go after Trump and benefited financially from a relationship in the form of lavish vacations, the two took using foreign funds in his law firm received for working the case. So he took his funds. So this is what really happened. $1 million came through. Then after the $1 million came through on Fani's side of the prosecution in her office or department area, she went and took $654,000, into his account of his firm, and that was that. Now, Michael Roman, shout out to Michael Roman, he filed this motion because Michael Roman being a campaign official, I'm quite sure that he has some kind of law background or know someone in the law game that could give him the information that he needed. See, this is what they don't understand. These liberals don't understand. People like Michael Roman and other people, they know people that know people to get information on what they need. If they feel like something's fishy is going on with this case, somebody's too chummy, somebody's spending too much time together, they are going to stay on top of it. Because why wouldn't they? I mean, this is a huge case, right? I know if I had a huge case like this, where my life depends on it for me to be available to take care of my country that I love, that's what I'll be doing. Y'all give me one moment here. Let me take a quick restroom break. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back, guys. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think this is gonna be interesting because see, this is why it's gonna be interesting and why I said there's smoke, there's fire when we was tripping about this tonight. This woman has had a history of being with men that is not favorable for her position. Now, she was allegedly accused of being and dealing with the gangster guy that was friends with one of Young Thug's rivals. I forgot their little rap group name. You know, I don't know all these rap group names no more, man. I'm older now. But either way it goes, she messed with the dude Big Nut, allegedly. Now she tried to downplay that. Oh no, I wasn't doing no. But here's my thing. Your husband divorced you for a reason. And if your husband and you've been divorced and you were supposed to be this amazing person, 9 times out of 10, you could not keep your end of the bargain. I mean, I'm just being real, man. I'm just being honest. Because a lot of these women try to play on in these power struggles, try to play that game. Big Nut. Y'all remember I talked about this. She was messing with a dude that was street named Big Nut. Allegedly. Let me go make sure y'all know that. Okay. And what I'm saying, I hate saying this every time. This is all alleged on what's being said now. And she swear out, even when they had proof of their secret contacts and stuff like that, before she became a prosecutor. Oh no, I was just doing client work with him and stuff. Well, you know, Fani, you have a tendency of doing all these personal works for these guys. What's going on, Colada? And all these guys you doing personal work for is always working you in the end, allegedly. So there's got to be some fucking fire to this, because people just don't go and the whole city is talking that this is what you got going on. I mean, you can look at these pictures, and I think I got some pictures of it of her boo here. He's all in behind her. Oh, Nathan Wade. I wonder what is Nathan Wade, how old this cat is. Let me look and see how old Nathan Wade is. Because he tried to run for judge. He tried to run for judge 3 times in Cobb County, and he's never won. Never won. Straight facts here. Now, I myself want to know how old is he? Because it's interesting to me. I mean, I think he's probably in the same realm she is in. I can't find too much about this guy. I'm going to try to find. Now, he got his own law firm, Wade and Campbell Firm. Yeah. Now, here's another thing that we talked about too, guys. Okay, about old Nathan. Nathan was married until 2021. And that wife, and all of a sudden, when he linked up with Fani in 2021, he got divorced immediately the day after hooking up and getting this case. So what that tell you? Fani must have put it on him as allegedly as a what they call that shit? where you gotta go through the you know what I talk about, audition, the audition stage. Maybe they had a couch audition. You know how they do in those couch auditions. Sit down right here, Mr. Wade. You really want this, right? Oh, yeah. I want to take job. I want to be a private prosecutor. I know I can do this. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, we can do that now. Oh man. Telling you, man. Oh yeah. Everybody's talking about it. So I wouldn't doubt it. Now I just want to know how they're gonna get ahead of this. That's what I want to know. Because right now, everybody's saying y'all messing around. So are you gonna admit to it? Or y'all gonna ignore it? Oh man. Tell you, boy, it's coming out, man. I'm for real. I'm telling you, man, women like that, I'm telling you, they are man eaters. They know how to use their feminine wiles when you're not around to get the men they want. They really do. Like they play like they power thirsty, but they be wanting that alpha male. She brought that alpha male out of Mr. Wade. Man, oh man. And you know what else? She didn't even get county approval for hiring this dude. She just went on and hired him because, you know, he was blowing her back out real well. Damn, boy. Well, I'm not surprised. This is what they do. I mean, this is the only way it makes sense to her. Thank you, Carlotta. I appreciate it. Please tell some other people to come from AK Streaming. Check me out. I mean, I'm just saying. This is nothing new. Yeah, it's the same path Kamala took. Listen, y'all got to understand something. Y'all understand in the rule of Blackistan, and you can talk to my dog AK Nation. He can verify this. Black women that's from Blackistan, the PJs or whatever, or semi-PJs, get a taste of power. They start making their own damn rules and breaking the rules that they want you to follow at the same damn time. Okay? She knew what she did was wrong. She knew that having this guy on her team as a past lover was not the smartest thing in the world, but who gives a fuck? She knows that he's Nathan Wade. She knows he's hot for her. She's hot for him. And she does him this favor. He's going to go all out to make her feel top of the line. That means taking her own expensive vacations, getting her massage in all areas. Y'all understand that? These lawyers like this, I'm telling y'all, women like Fani Willis are the most undercover freaks you will ever meet. I would not be surprised. She's got an OnlyFans tape out there where she is getting it in. OnlyFans material. I'm telling you, these what these women like that do, bro, in a position of power. They don't care. I mean, they look at it as I'm a bad bitch. You know, I make almost $1 million a year as a lawyer. You know, I can do what I want. I got big as balls as a man do. How they think? He ain't making that kind of money that she making. Yeah, he got his own private practice. Ain't nobody checking for Nathan Wade. except for her. She's checking for him. Damn. I tell you, boy. Shout out to whoever rat this out. Shout out to Roman. Shout out to Roman, man. That guy that's getting tried along with Trump. This guy's a unicorn. He ain't letting them dog his ass. He's gonna make sure that these fools pay. I like it. That's how you get them to talk, man. Quit playing you. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that tonight. I'm telling you, we going in tonight, man. We talking about a lot of shit. That's why I hate that it's a late night one, but hopefully when I'm gonna have to adjust the times on this because it takes 12 minutes before we even start into the show. So I know how people is. They don't like to be waiting. So I'm gonna have to put the intro marked on the line so they'll know, hey, after the intro, we can go into this shit. So yeah, I'll probably do a music intro and then a real intro. So you know. Let's see what else we got here. Man, this is crazy. I never thought I'd see the day of this shit. And these lawyers out of control. So we talked about Trump beating everybody nearly 20 points, even though they claim they're going to win Iowa. Okay, good job for being in dreamland. And then we got Biden visiting churches fucking damn near 10 years later, even though he ain't care even about them even now. We went over the Secretary of Defense had surgery to treat prostate cancer, which now everybody wants to fire. Okay, I get it, man. They didn't tell anybody about what was going on with the secretary, but it ain't enough to fire the man. I mean, like I said, I'm not no fan of this dude, but you know, he had a tragic shit going on. So I give him that. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Let's see here. So everybody's talking about the rematch because it's going to happen, okay? Because right now, this is what we got on the liberal side. They cannot get Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is considered to be a radical ass clown. Just said it. He's a radical ass clown, and people don't take him seriously. You can't take a governor serious who approves for school districts to raise your children to a point where you don't have no say so if they decide they want to change their sexual orientation, the way they dress, the way they talk.
Awkward question. Is there going to be anything
Left over?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
My kids don't know what they want. You know who knows what she wants? Me! I want a massage and a Malfi from some...
I mean, and it's sad because that is not what we signed up for. When you take your kids to school, you sign up for one thing, man, and that is your kid to go to school and learn and apply what he's learning to be successful. No one wants their child or thinks that their child is supposed to go to school and at age 4 or 5, all the way up to under the age of 18, meet with a teacher who looks like a blue-haired, red-haired, nothing against blue-haired or red-haired people, because that's your thing, jackass, to go out here and flip your child's mindset upside down. Because that's what they're doing. They're going to lie to us to tell us they're not, but we know that's what they're doing. Okay? And then turn around and your child is walking around here acting brand new. You don't know what the hell is going on. They're acting out. They're being crazy. And you finally go to a parent-teacher conference. you're describing these antics. They tell you to go to the school counselor. You go to the school counselor and describing these antics. And yeah, what's up? No, hey man, bless it, bro. Bless that super chat, dog. We need it tonight, baby. We hurting over here. We need to get to. We trying to get this month. We trying to get to 400, dog. 400 this month would be awesome. That's what we're gonna try to do, because we to that point now. We should be doing that every month consistently. We should be hitting 400 as a collective. So yeah, let's try to hit that, man. Let's try to donate as much as possible we can. Every little bit helps. So how in the hell are you gonna tell me that when I do find out my child now has a new name, has now changed their sex association, do not want to cooperate with me as the parent, and if I do demand for them to do that, your first response is I'm being abusive or I'm being overbearing, and you want to apply to take my child away from me. Make it make fucking sense. That's all I'm saying. Make it make sense, because to me, that is highway robbery of childhood innocence and a parent, a good parent, wanting to be a parent. It hurts. It really does. And then we want to know why these kids grow up to be so violent and so manipulative, so angry. Give me another drink. I'm telling you why. Because, man, I would be angry too if someone told me one day, hey, I'm this. But then I go to school and my teacher all of a sudden, just because I said I like pink or because I like, playing with dolls from time to time, because every young boy has not every young boy, but some young boys have been like that, play with dolls for a little bit and realize, nah, that is not me. I'm manly. Fuck that. I'm out. There's been little boys that gone as far as putting their mama heels on. Growing up at 4, 5, and 6, everybody's done it. Or your daddy's shoes. Or if you put your mama heels on, your daddy, that's right, real fathers being around, will tell you, hey, take that shit off. You don't need to be wearing that. That is not what you're supposed to wear. You're supposed to wear your man shoes. Or dad may see you in man shoes and his suit pants and about to hang off of you and his nice dress shirt. He may laugh for about the real stand-up dads back then, may laugh for about a good 10 or 15 minutes and be like, all right, Junior, put that stuff up. Don't you worry. One day you will be in a man's shoes and in man's clothing. And when you do, you're going to take on the world. We don't have that today, right? We don't. So that's one thing that we got. Now get back to the topic. They can't rely on Michelle Obama, because Michelle Obama is not in the position to get minorities and black people together on the same page, because she would have to denounce the overflow of immigration, of immigrants coming into our country. And let me tell you, the Obamas are not going to do that, because that's what's keep them in the spotlight as the woke clique, the original wokesters. So they're not going to do that. So since they're not going to do that, they know if they was to run for the Black American ticket to get more Black Americans to start back voting Democrat, and they heard that they ain't going to try to even slow down this border situation, they are going to be straight out. Hell to the nah. Not doing it. So, to me personally, it would be a very bad idea. Real talk. Bad idea if they try to go with those two that I just named. And y'all already know about Kamala. Kamala is a word salad. No, people are laughing at her. If they was to go and push Joe to go fall back and let Kamala run her campaign, she would be the laughing stock of the US of A. It would be hilarious. For real. I feel you, Carlotta. Now let's go on the Republican Party. I'm finna help the Republican Party out. And it's not because I'm a MAGA guy. It's not that. I hate when people think, oh, you just said it because you're a MAGA guy. No. You don't understand. I say this because I've been that guy. Finna help you the fuck out. If the conservative party, like a jackass, goes out here and nominates anyone other than Trump to run against Biden again, congratulations. You have just fucked yourself in your party. Because see, unlike the liberals, they can bounce back because they got immigrants coming through the country that ain't giving a shit about trying to learn anything about the citizenship of how the U.S. works. They just want to get some free shit and keep it hustling. So if the Republican Party nominate anybody other than Trump, I'm telling you now, we're not winning. Just go ahead on. Need to go ahead on and figure it out. Vivek would definitely be our best choice, but if Trump couldn't get on, but the thing about Vivek is he's got to get himself out a little bit more, but he is starting to show very strong potential of maybe being our next president in the future, just not now. I'm telling you, y'all mark my words. If the Republican Party sleeps on this opportunity with Trump, they're going to be fucked. Trump is the answer. Trump is the only one that has given the Republican Party any kind of support since it's been on life support. In fact, I hope Trump do get voted in and he teach all his sons how to run for president and take over and run the whole train of American Trump train all around America. I think that would be awesome because they both got the drives to do it. They have their father's identity and awareness. Whew, man, I tell you, this has been a lot tonight unpacking, boy. I never thought we'd be unpacking this much. Presidential rematch and everything. I mean, whoo, man. I just know that this time it's going to be a hell of a lot different because I've never seen so many people wanting to see Trump succeed because people just tired. They really are. People just tired, man. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. I don't know what was going on. Oh, that's you, honey? Okay. You hold on for 1 second, guys. Hold on. Y'all give me 1 sec. Hold on. All right. Good night, Carlotta. I hope you have a good rest. Thank you for joining the show. All right. So we're going to talk about some fatherless issues here. Give me 1 second. Because I was going to talk about crime, but we'll probably do crime later on in the week. Probably this weekend, because I didn't have enough time. Oh, man. So I want to give a shout out to Jason Riley. Yeah, I'm going to give that dude definitely a shout out because he brought some real shit to our attention. Let's see. Let me see. Guys, let me tell y'all something. Let's switch over. I remember a time, before I get in this story, I want to give y'all context, that being a father in America was a requirement, okay? I came from an era where fatherhood, the cycle of fathers not being in Black children's lives started to decrease. This was back in the 80s because a lot of fathers wanted to try to stop the cycle of being like their father. Because you got to remember, a lot of these fathers in my era are now baby boomers, okay? They're in their 60s and their 70s. Those were different breed of fathers back then, okay? Because when you in your 60s and your 70s, when you born, you from that era, you're all about routine. You all about traditions. Now, Jason Riley is a he's a Wall Street journalist. Sorry, guys, I am so sorry. Wall Street Journal columnist. Now, if you don't know what a Wall Street Journal columnist is, these are people that are very smart financially. They know about the stock market, and they talk about a lot of things that causes the stock market to work the way it works. And they know that with crime that is on the rise in the U.S., there is one common denominator in America that a lot of these woke Black folks don't like talking about, and these woke independent Black women don't like to speak about. And that is, there is no damn fathers in the home. I'm going to say it again. There is no damn fathers in the home. Now, I want to make you very aware that being a father, because some of these guys get that misconstrued. Some of these dudes think being a father is paying child support and visiting the kid on the holidays and dress like each other for holiday Christmas pictures and oh yeah, I'm the father of the year. No, that's not how that shit works. Being a father means you are involved in your child's life to in a capacity that when your child gets in a jam, if they don't feel like talking to mama, they can call your ass up and you will be right there. That's a father. Now, I do support that every father should be in the home traditionally. But I do know life happens. I know that there are some people that cannot handle being in no relationship where they feel enclosed. I know there are some people that rather feel like they do better parenting with the other parent at a different house altogether. But please keep one thing in mind. Make your children the center focus on however you're going to work your lives out. Make sure you make your children the center focus because your children need to be reassured that mommy and daddy can do right by me. And there are some women that don't have a significant other. Don't give up. Stay strong to the course. Now, he also said that it's all about a book that was written by Melissa Kearney that made him think about this. And it's called The Two-Parent Privilege and how a family structure on social inequality is lacked in discussion. Now, what is the father's role? Now, see, this is where people don't understand. The father has two major roles in life. And if you're a man, you should know that off rip. And if you don't know it, then guess what? You might as well go ahead on and tell the Lord that you may need a restart in your life. I'm just going to put it out there like that. You are supposed to protect and provide. That's what a father's supposed to do. Protect and provide. If you can't protect, you got to at least provide. If you can't provide, you got to at least be able to protect. There's no in between. You can't have one, you can't do one and expect it not to affect the other. So let's see what else they talk about in this article. Talk about the United States as a whole with crime rate that motor vehicle thefts has increased by 8%. And that was in 2023 after they did the final count. The rate of property crimes per 100,000 citizens also increased to 7.1%. Keep that in your mind. So a lot of teen moms get mad when he said in his recent column, the best way to avoid poverty is to finish high school, get a job, and wait until you're married to have children. Now, a lot of these single moms get mad when we talk like this because they're saying, you're talking down on us and you don't know our situation. Our parents wasn't there, our mom wasn't there. And I believe that. I do. I met some children that really was mistreated. I've seen kids afraid of their parents in an unhealthy way. So yeah, it was crazy. But anyway, shout out to that guy. I'll try to put a link in that where people can understand how important it is to have a father in the home, because fathers are amazing. We are a rare breed these days. And if you are a father, you need to take the time to embrace your child. And if you're not involved with your child, at least take the time to let the world see what you created of beauty. Well, anyway, folks, thanks for hanging out. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm finna play around in my game, and I am going to bed. I want to give a shout out to everybody that joined. I will try to edit the intro and stuff for y'all guys later on. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.